Hi folks, John Chambers back with you for another edition of the Wednesday Wake Up. And this morning we have a very special guest with us. Miss Claire Stone has agreed to meet with us and we appreciate her coming. Claire, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yes, ma'am. And let me start out by asking you this. You have been in the real estate business now for some 30 plus years?
I think I'm right at 32.
32 years, all of which are with Maybom.
Correct.
All right. And so I have to ask you this. I mean, obviously you could affiliate yourself with any company in town and anybody would be proud to have you, but I want to ask you, why Maybom, and what would you say the company has done to help you build your career?
Well, why Maybom? Well, since I've been here forever. When I talked to E.G. the very first time, I think there might have only been 6 to 8 of us. It was a tiny, tiny little company. E.G.'s office was almost a closet.
Right.
He was kind of hidden, and we were down in what we call the old Muzak building down on Walton Way. And way back when I started, it was Southern Finance. That was the name of the company. And then we were affiliated with another company, and I don't even recall the name, and then he took on his name.
Right.
And I'm just the type person, John, that, I mean, I just stick with what I do. I mean, I was telling somebody, Frank and I just celebrated 38 years last week, so got the same husband and the same real estate company.
Consistency.
Very consistent. Very consistent.
What role do you think the company has played in helping you build your career over the years? Has that been important to you?
Oh, sure it has. I mean, Maybom is, you know, I mean, it's a name that has made Augusta, and being affiliated with E.G. Maybom, I tell everybody I wouldn't work for anybody else.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. That is great to hear.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. What excites you about this business?
Well, I would say that every day is different. I have made the most wonderful friends in this business. And the best part right now is I have my wonderful daughter working with me. So that's my new thrill in life.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
I tell you too. And I was going to ask you about that, and I'll ask you that now. How does that make you feel that Catherine has chosen to follow in your career path and
well,
do
I mean,
this?
I am very excited because everybody that's known me for a long, long time used to say when she was young, well, Catherine, when you grow up, are you going to be a realtor like your mother? And Catherine, as outspoken as she is, would say, no way, I would never work that hard. So when she made the decision to major in real estate, and then she thought she wanted to do commercial, but she went to Atlanta and worked for C.B. Richard Ellis for 2 months this past summer, and worked with the gal that kind of handles a lot of, it was the AT&T accounts actually.
Right.
So she called me one day and she said, Mama, I do not like this being in a cubicle thing. I have made a decision.
Right.
I'm going to go into residential real estate and I'm coming back to Augusta.
Isn't that wonderful?
It was
That
wonderful.
is fantastic. And Dickie and I always tell her that we're here for her when she needs us, but we know she's got the best teacher she could have, so we just kind of...
She's doing pretty good.
She's doing all right. I'm telling you what. I told her the other day I'm excited about what she's got going. So good.
She's buying a house too.
Wonderful.
She's buying one of Beverly Hickson's listings.
That's fantastic.
She's thrilled.
Let me ask you this: on another note, is there anything that challenges you or frustrates? Is there something that frustrates you about this business? Maybe a pet peeve or something that just gets to you?
No.
It's just all good, isn't it?
It's all
It's
good.
what you make it.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, I've always been very patient, and you know, you have to just kind of, you know, take every day and figure out the problems or the issues and just handle them. But
absolutely.
I wouldn't say I have any frustration.
That's wonderful. Well, you obviously have maintained that level of excitement over these years, and you have to do that to stay productive. Last question. You've maintained such a high level of production for a long time. In fact, not only top agent in Augusta, but even ranked on a national level among the top in the nation. And certainly you're proud of that, and we are too. But you know, I'm told it wasn't always that way. Now, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm told back in those early days you struggled a little bit, maybe even to the point that you thought about maybe getting out altogether.
I never thought about getting out of it. You have to remember, I started back in the 70s, and then we had Mr. Jimmy Carter in office.
Yes, ma'am.
So I remember closing a house at 16.5%. I mean that was tough times. That was very, very tough times. But And we've kind of gone through some tough times here recently.
Sure.
And in many ways, having all this inventory has been maybe worse than the Jimmy Carter days.
Right.
So, but things are better, things are looking up, and
Sure.
I think, maybe we needed a market correction. So,
Absolutely.
so I think we move
Having
forward.
struggled in those early days, what is there any advice you may give to an agent who's struggling, whether they be brand new or maybe experienced, but just can't seem to get it going? What would you tell them?
I don't know, my word is patience. Just be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Just do everything right.
Right.
And work hard,
Mhm.
which I've done. I tell everybody I'm a 24/7 girl. I mean, even in my age, I'm a
Oh, yeah.
24/7 girl. But
Uh-huh.
and that's what Catherine's watched me do. And
Mm-hmm.
I see her on that computer at night. She was working last night till probably almost 11 o'clock,
How about that?
gathering some inventory to get to somebody. So
Following that example.
right.
You set that example. That is fantastic. I ran into a builder some time ago who, and your name came up, and that's one of the things he told me. He said, I lived down the street from Claire, and he said, I watched her every morning, 7:30, consistently out and going. And he said, I believe that's why she's been successful. So, good deal. Well, thank you so
you're
much for
welcome,
joining
John.
us. Well,
Thank
folks,
you.
let me say that I think the message here is affiliate yourself with a good company, work hard, be patient, stay excited, and the sky's the limit. And Claire certainly has set an example for that. Not only a great producer, but a great ambassador of the company and a great example for all of us to follow. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Wednesday Wake Up. Have a wonderful day.